major shifts have happened for us in the past 5 years, have transformed our complete internal systems. And they've been the game changers for us, truly speaking, right?
Oldest members, well-wishers of Network FP, Prakash and Chetan with us today. In fact, I'll not say oldest, they are actually the founder members of Network FP. Prakash, if you can get started with, just a quick, maybe a minute or two about your journey, how you started and what is it that you do currently in terms of products, services, and number of clients, team, and, you have super office and just some stuff to understand you.
So I started my journey in 2002. That point of time, I was a post office LIC agent, simple agent that we saw in our country earlier. Around 2005, I took my ARN, started a mutual fund distributor journey. From there, in 2008, I started writing financial plans and doing financial planning practice. After that, almost 2012 was the year when we took our office. Overall, the journey has been financial planning, goal advisory, and properly doing risk profiling, asset allocation, and continuously managing the money. Not selling the products, selling the funds, selling the NFOs. It was never the goal. I would say today, right now, we manage around 1,000 crores plus of assets in mutual funds, in PMS, AIF, international investments, as well as in startups. We also do will writing. Recently, we have also started with family trust with some tie-up with a consultant.
Sadique, about me, I'll just go back in time. I was 19 when I started to first explore mutual funds. This was the late 90s when I was just, I was trying to help my mom invest in mutual funds. And I explored and I got in touch with the MFD back then, whom I still know, right? And so fast forward came 2008, soon after my MBA in finance, and I worked with a company called Allegro Capital, where I was a private banker, gained experience, grew my passion for this industry, and started Crown just before the Lehman crisis. It was a difficult time when we started Crown. Incidentally, we complete 17 years just in the month of January.
Okay, what percentage, Prakash, of your overall gross income would be from mutual funds per se?
So it is around 90% still, it is 90% of our total revenue.
Chetan, for you?
70%, 75%.
Because we are talking about professionalism and how do we differentiate, there are almost 1.5 to 2 lakh mutual fund distributors out there in the market. What do you think differentiates you from other mutual fund distributors?
So, Sadique, I would say that what happens is that mutual fund distributors are not in general evolving. So we are continuously evolving. Like initially we maybe, like I said, that 2005-6 we were selling the products only. Then we understood that this is not the right way. So we started with financial planning. So after that financial planning, we started with comprehensively will writing. We also started with financial life planning. We adopted so many processes so that we could create a team, we could delegate the work. So what happens is that MFDs remain very individualistic, very basic, selling the products. There is no review process, there is no planning process. You are not setting goals of the client, risk profiling, asset allocation, rebalancing, and continuously portfolio review, your goals review. That should be continuously done. And the other products like when your client grows beyond a certain level, the AUMs of the clients grow beyond a certain level, they become financially free. Then there are some aggressive products like startups or say PMS, AIFs, which also you should look for them. So you should have a proper team to research into it and provide them to the clients. So all those things I find missing in the MFDs they don't evolve.
The way I look at this is that should I answer this from my perspective? Should I answer this from my client's perspective? I think answering this from a client's perspective would really help. So our clients refer us to their close circle because of the trust, competency, the care and the enthusiasm with which we take care of every single relationship, right? And I think that resonates deeply with each relationship. I would say what sets us apart, I'm sure there are a lot of MFDs today are doing tremendous work. I mean, each day there's a learning, there's something new you want to evolve. There are 2 days of learning we had at the conference. There's so much more you want to come back and say, okay, you've not even touched the surface yet. There's so many things, wonderful things other people are definitely doing. The way I look at it from my practice, if I would say 5 aspects for which the clients, I would just put a 5 key differentiators, if you will. I think the first is the professionalism. Okay, and this includes, and when you talk about professional, it's a very broad word, right? And you spoke about it, the word is professional, MFD Pro, and so on and so forth, right? So I think it's a very broad word. You need to kind of break it up into every single aspect of what you engage with, not only your clients, but also your team, right? So whether it's a communication to our clients, it's written, verbal, a dress code, the office culture, a structured team approach, transparency with the clients, how you earn, how you make money. The first meeting, we are very, very transparent. I think professional starts right from there. Your first meeting, you tell your client how you earn money, right? And this is how you remunerate it. Right, and this is where there can be a conflict of interest. This is where there is no conflict of interest. I think we're very, very clear and vocal about it.
My next question to both of you is around processes and templates. Okay, we do understand that many of the things where the client is getting such level of service and your team is able to perform to the level which you have set some expectations or set some standards is driven by processes. I wanted to understand from you, how do you look at processes and to what extent your processes have been documented?
Till the point you are working individually and you have processes in your mind, it will be okay. But when you start building your team, all those processes are needed to be properly documented, and not only documented, periodically reviewed, because processes are continuously evolving with the changes in the industry, with the changes in the client expectation and our team structures. So process, I would say, is the key to success. And we have, I would say, 80%, 90% of our processes are properly documented. Some of them are in our culture, which also we are intending to completely document and want to go more and more documented. And we are planning to have a person in the office who will be primarily focusing on the processes, writing the processes, seeing that all the processes are followed, and adopting a concept of being an internal auditor in the office.
So Sadique, our process story has been a little bit more inorganic, I would say. And I think processes matter, even the smallest ones, right? I think from the most minutest level. And 2 major shifts have happened for us in the past 5 years, have transformed our complete internal systems. And they've been the game changers for us, truly speaking, right? First is from physical files and servers, right? A proper server to complete 100% cloud management system. So we are users of Dropbox Business. It's a fantastic tool. And everything is stored electronically on the cloud, folders, subfolders. Every single document is available in a jiffy. Software we use is Dropbox for Business, right? Right, and even for the new joinee to kind of work around this system is very easy, right? So that's the first part. So one of the things which we always want to implement is we want to keep our system and processes as simple, as agile as possible, right? We generally wouldn't want to have a very complicated scenario, because in case of there's a change, there's a shift, it becomes extremely challenging to train and retrain team members, right? So that's the first part. The second thing is the movement from Excel sheets to the entire Google space, Google Workspace perspective, right? So we extensively use Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Drive, and Google Chat for seamless collaboration so basically there are Google Sheets created for every aspect of the function in the organization, right? From risk profiling, as soon as the client completes a Google form, the risk profiling scores are automatically updated in the Google Sheet. Right. So that's the connect between a Google form and you can simply use the QPFP risk profiling form, which we have kind of used in a way, and move that to Google form. The Google form, as soon as the client has completed risk profiling, it automatically comes and stores into the Google Sheet, which is accessible to everyone. Right. So you have a vault and the date and the time and the punch of the risk profiling. First thing. Second is Google Docs. So one example of using Google Docs is every transaction executed there's a screen grab taken and it's saved on Google Docs, right? We are doing this extensively for the past many years. Then, of course, there are sheets. I'm coming back to Google Sheets. There is risk profiling. There is client review sheet. I'll share when I do share my internal systems. I'll share how we use it for client reviews. Tax services. So, for example, there's tax filing services which we extensively do for more than 80% of our clients. We file their tax returns. When it comes to portfolio rebalancing, like how Prakash shared his portfolio rebalancing, we have it entirely on Google Sheet. Every single client's dedicated equity allocation, tactical allocation, and the variance is measured there. And with just a drop-down measure at any point of time, we would know what should be the rebalancing done from equity to debt to gold and vice versa. We also use it for all our insurance communication, special events, birthdays and anniversaries. In fact, we use it completely for our gifting system. So we have a very dedicated gifting system during Diwalis and New Year's. And we, in fact, use the entire Google Sheet. Even my office operations head, even he knows now how to use the entire Google platform. It's very easy because, and they can completely collaborate. And using that tool, you're able to work from anywhere, any place, track any work, any point of time. We create WhatsApp groups with few key clients and partners. I think that really helps a lot. Learned this from, again, Network FP, how to dedicatedly use WhatsApp groups. I think phenomenal. And I think we use that. And that communication has worked really well. Small thing in the Google group, you can just create a description. In the description, you can simply add few key links. Small thing. It is not a, it's a simple thing. You just add few links. Okay, this is the link to check your portfolio. This is a link to go to the income tax portal, or whatever they want to check. Just whatever you feel like, right? Just add those 4-5 and client khush hai. And we in fact put our office timing also this subtly, so they know what our office timing is.
So friends, we have this. We just gave it a name. We have been doing it. It's called as behind the screens. Okay. So Chetan, we are good to see your laptop and behind the screen.
First is the questionnaires and client onboarding. So we basically share 5 questionnaires. Some of the key ones are a fact find questionnaire, goals and dreams matrix. We simply start with understanding their goals and dreams by the 3x3 matrix, which really talks about their short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Fact find questionnaire gets into a deep down on every single aspect of their financial journey. Then we move on to a very detailed questionnaire of investments and insurance. Investments and insurance basically deals with all the net worth, liabilities. Fourth is the cash flow and budgeting. I think that's one of the most important questionnaire. I think that reveals a lot about their finances. And then finally, risk profile. We have just moved the risk profile to a Google Sheet. But these 4, we have 2 versions. One is a Google Sheet version. For the increasingly more of the Gen Z are comfortable with actually filling the younger clients I've seen are more comfortable with Google Sheets. And yeah, with the Google form, we kind of have a version of this, all of this on the Google form as well. Moving ahead, once the plan is created, it's important to be very clear about who is going to take what action. So we call this a who, what, when, where, how. So the specific action to be taken, the priorities.
If you see all entire process, first step is that what are the steps in this process, starting from introduction meeting to till the point of periodic reviews. There are 11 steps. Then every step is being explained over here very simple, in a very simple manner and a very detailed manner. So when a new team member joins and if he goes through this, he will be able to understand. There are a lot of images that are being put. Say that this is a data gathering sheet, suppose. So there is a clear-cut image and it is explained what will you do on this page, how will you even download the reports, that also is there. So this is a very detailed process which includes the detailed explanation as well as the images. Along with this, there is a short version of this, which is an Excel sheet, which one can keep handy and which one has to follow, which one can follow continuously. So once he has gone through the detailed process, he has understood the detailed process, then this is a short version of that detailed process in the Excel format.
Yeah.
And there is an Excel format where he has to, which is used like a checklist. And there is another process. What happens is we say that we will do risk profiling, rebalancing of the client. So this process is about the rebalancing of the client. So every client is mapped with the risk profile. Say if a client is very aggressive client, then his risk profile may be 80% equity, 20% debt and gold. So in that case, he is mapped with that particular risk profile, and accordingly, there is a scoring method based on price to earning, price to book, and price to market cap to GDP. on the basis of which his risk profile is being reviewed, that whether it should be when it is 80%, when it will touch 85%, there will be rebalancing. This is being run every Saturday based on the Friday closing.
Oh, you've also gone through the AMFI due diligence, which because Chetan works with the national distributor, he really has to not go through that due diligence because it's the national distributor which goes through the DDQ. What is your learning, Prakash, from that AMFI due diligence question?
So, frankly speaking, I have a compliance person who completely looks after that. So, my experience was there was a Mumbai-based firm, which CA firm, which had to do our due diligence, and the discussion was going on with them that we are preparing the documents in one folder for them. And suddenly one day morning they came from Mumbai, and it was not informed to us, but our compliance person was almost 90% prepared. So he showed them all the documents. What he wanted to see that there is because we are also RIA, so that was also disclosed to them. So they wanted to see that there is a clear distinction between the RIA clients and MFD clients, number one. Number two, MFD clients may there is a clarity about the risk profiling is done. That they wanted to see. They also saw some samples, and we do risk profiling for all our clients, whether it is MFD or RIA. So that was done, that was documented, it was shown to them. They wanted to see lot more things like what is your system, backup, everything. So everything was shown to them. Compliance person was with them, and he completely resolved all their queries, provided all their documents to them.
What has been your experience with Network FP Pro membership, and how specifically it has benefited you if you can share that?
I'm not sure if you know, Sadiq, 3 of my colleagues have actually have taken the QPFE program as well. For me, having my team members go through a training process, I've completely outsourced to you guys. So you guys have done a phenomenal job with them. I can see the difference in the kind of work they've done pre and post QPFE program. A lot of effort has gone in, a lot of thought process.
So I would say that network FP एक खजाना है, आप जितना ले सकते हो उतना ले लो. I am very thankful that Network FP, Sadique, Preeti, you all are in this industry. You are giving a new benchmark in mutual fund industry in India. If Network FP नहीं होता तो MFDs बहुत पीछे होते. मतलब I have attended, as I said, your first workshop till now. My colleagues also attend QPFP and they are trained very well. So it is completely, your thought process is completely remarkable.
With that, I'd like to can we all thank Chetan and Prakash. Congratulations. Thanks once again, Chetan, Prakash, for coming to the session, openly sharing your journey about the best practices which you have taken, and again contributing back to this community.